Good afternoon. I'm Ripley Rand. I'm the United States Attorney for the Middle District of North Carolina. I'm here to make brief comments about the matter to which District Attorney Eccles spoke. I wanted to say three things. The first is that given the nature of the investigation in this matter, that we will not be taking any questions after this press conference. This obviously is a very new investigation and things are happening quickly, and so we will not be taking any questions whatsoever at the conclusion of this. The second thing is that this is not at a point where it is a federal investigation. This is not a federal investigation yet. Our office and the office of Thomas Walker of the Eastern District United States Attorney will be monitoring the investigation and working closely with law enforcement as the investigation moves forward to make sure that everybody knows what the facts are as they develop, but our office is merely in a monitoring capacity at this point. I did want to address, there have been a number of comments made on social media, both here in North Carolina and throughout the world. There's been a lot of reporting about this. I did want to make sure that folks knew that based on all the information that our office and that law enforcement has at this time, that the events of yesterday are not part of a targeted campaign against Muslims in North Carolina or anything other than an individual event that occurred. We don't have any information that this is part of an organized effort against Muslims, and I did want to address some comments made on social media about that and to make sure that people know that this appears at this point to have been an isolated incident. I'll now turn it over to Chief Blue to make comments as well.
Thank you, Mr. Rand. We'll review very quickly the information we've shared so far in our releases, just for those who may not have seen that yet. At about 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon, Chapel Hill police officers responded to a 911 call in which gunshots were reported in the area of Summerwalk Circle in Chapel Hill. When officers arrived, they did locate 3 subjects who had been shot. All 3 were pronounced dead at the scene. As you know by now, soon afterwards, we arrested Craig Stephen Hicks, 46 years old, of 270 Summerwalk Circle in Chapel Hill. He's been charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, and he's in the Durham County Jail right now. As you heard from Mr. Rand, this investigation is in its beginning stages. We recognize it's not very satisfying when we don't take questions right now, but we do not want to do anything to jeopardize what is shaping up to be a very strong investigation. I do think it's important for you to see us here today and see all of these partners here together. We recognize there is global interest in this story, and this is an important opportunity to reassure everyone and every community that we are going to exhaust every possible lead, use every resource we possibly can to be sure that this case comes to its appropriate conclusion. Our hearts go out to the families involved, and we will do our very best for you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Imam Abdullah Antepli, Muslim chaplain at Duke University. I don't speak on behalf of anyone, any institution or the family, but I speak as an informed member of the local Muslim community. I am in touch with the law enforcement officials whom I have full trust, as well as several members of the family. And I just came from UNC campus where Chancellor Folt had an hour meeting with the members of the Muslim Student Association on campus. It's a sad day, it's a very tragic day. Regardless of the motivation of this murder, I think the first thing to be said is the deep condolences to Muhammad and the Barakat family. At this point, investigation is undergoing, and I hope anybody and everybody will trust the system and will refrain from any statement or action to jump into any kind of conclusion. This may or may not be a hate crime, personally speaking, because there are evidence in either direction at this point. But saying either this way or that way will be only unhelpful, and it will increase the tension already exists. Both law enforcement as well as the UNC officials deeply respectful and admirably acknowledging the vulnerable and sensitive situation of the Muslim community, and they have been extremely helpful and respectful in that regard. I hope as a community, as a North Carolinians, we will turn this into a moment of grief as well as support and solidarity with one another. Thank you very much.